guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about positive and negative numbers. So let's start with a number line. Using the number line, we have 0. So 0 is where we're going to start from. Starting with 0, anything to the right of 0 is a positive number. Anything to the left of 0 is a negative number. Now, with positive numbers, we know that we are increasing. So, if we were to look at a graph, this is a positive graph because we're going up. Now, if we were to look at a negative graph, we will be going down. Now, with positive number, the more you go to the right of the graph, you will have a larger number. So, for an example, if we have 2 and we have 15, 15 is larger than 2 because it's a larger number. Now, if we were to look at negative numbers is different. With negative numbers, the more that you go to the left, as you're moving left, the smaller the quantity is. So for an example, you have negative 15 and 2, negative 2. Because negative 2 is closer to 0, negative 2 is then larger than negative 15. So did you know that negative and positive numbers are opposites? So essentially, what we have over here, negative 15, we have a positive 15 on the opposite side. So we have a property called opposites property. And what that property says is that the opposite of an opposite is its number itself, which means that if we have a negative 4, we correspondingly have a positive 4. So whatever number you can think of on the negative side, there is a corresponding positive number on the opposite side. Now we're going to take a look at real life examples. So one that we're going to look at is sea level. So the way that we're going to look at sea level is by using a graph. So I'm going to draw a mountain. And with this mountain, I'm going to draw a graph with this mountain. I'm also going to draw to show that it's a mountain. And so, turn this off. Here we have 0. So 0 is our sea level. And remember, anything above 0 is positive. Anything below 0 is negative. So, if we want to look at the top, this is where we're starting at sea level. And if we want to look to find where this value is, the top of the highest point for sea level, I'm going to say this is 20. We see that this is 20. Now, if we want to see this point below, what is this point? We're going to go below 0 to find that this is -5. Okay, so let's look at another real life example of how to look at positive and negative numbers. So now we're going to look at money. So with money, say this is you and this is me. Right now, you have $20. And right now, I owe you $20. Because I owe you $20, I have negative $20 to my name, where you currently have $20 positive. And so when I pay you that $20, you will have $40. After I give you my 20, then I will have 0. And then let's say there's Steve. I also owe Steve $20. Now I am in debt. I'm in debt of $20 because I owe Steve $20 as well. Now, with negative and positive numbers, to be in debt means that you owe money. But if you have a positive, then you gain money. So let me clean this up a bit. So when it comes to money, when you hear of positive, you typically think of gain, where you have an increase in your money. And when you hear about negative numbers with money, you hear about loss, debt, decrease. Now, with positive money, that typically means that you have net. With negative money, it's a loss. And so I'm going to go over one more example of positive and negative numbers. And that is going to be temperature. So with temperature, you have a thermostat. And with that thermostat, you still have negative, you have 0 degrees, you have above higher temperatures, below lower temperatures, which are negative. So these are negative degrees, negative 20, let's say positive 20. So with degrees, you can have negative where it's freezing, or you can have positive where it's hot. Well, thank you guys for staying tuned with this video, and let me know if this video was helpful in the comments below, and stay tuned for the next one.